Hi guys, welcome to GameTalk PSV Ajax 1-1. Papimento,
What's up, man?
what did we just watch, man? Tell me.
The worst Ajax this season, but still we got a point. And what happened at the end just made me smile. So, yeah, it's maybe not the right face you should be seeing when you draw PSV, but yeah, it was funny to watch at the end.
So look, at the end of the day, we didn't have our best game today, to say it mildly, but we pulled off a 1-1, a miracle 1-1, which is very important and very huge for us as well in the eredivisie. Also taking into account that PSV basically now only has to focus on the eredivisie, and we're still playing in the cup, we're still playing in Europe, So keeping that margin with them, it's very important. But coming back to the game, we had what you said. It was the worst performance of our team, basically. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's really fatigue or something else?
I don't think it's fatigue, but it could be a possibility. But if it's really fatigue, why would you start those players? That's my question. So yeah, actually we started the game pretty okay. We got the better chances, but as the first half was progressing, PSV was getting better and better. And all our possession, like our touches, our passes, I've never seen it so bad. So I couldn't really enjoy the Ajax game today. It was mostly for PSV, but still a draw. So I'm kind of relieved, to be honest.
Okay, look, we can be very critical about this game, and usually we would be. But in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, but in my opinion, I'm like, you cannot always play the best games during the season. And we've had a lot of games, recently. And this is just one of those games. I think the players tried, but we were just not good enough. And it's not one player or two players or three players. No, I think almost the entire squad today, they were not at their best, And then you can do everything you want, but then you're basically playing against yourself as well.
Look, I'm going to start by saying it's very, it's a champion only can do this, right? So play bad and still get a draw, not making a lot of chances and still getting that goal. It's really like really good from Ajax. But you must also put your question mark at how we played, how we started the game, and the substitutions of Den Haag, man. I seriously don't understand it. So
why? Why?
Because we saw in the first half that a lot was things weren't going right in specific positions as well. We thought if you move around, if you move, for instance, Rens to left back, Jurjen to right back, you put Schuurs in as a right central defender, and you put Blind on the midfield, you might get a little bit more freedom with his passing.
But look, who would you take out in that case then?
Gravenberg wasn't playing well. Klaassen for me wasn't playing well. Alvarez had already a yellow card. He got substituted in the second half, but he wasn't the worst on that midfield.
Okay, but
and that goal that was disallowed was also a Gravenberg goal in the second half pass. I mean, that got intercepted, which got a counter, but got disallowed for PSV. So, we should just be happy that we're so lucky today. But you should also be critical at how we played, and that the substitutions didn't do anything to make us play much better.
Look, just let me say something, right? Just before the game, they asked Den Haag, okay, what would be the decisive factor today in today's game? And he said, very, very briefly, he said, the team that wants it more. So it's a mental thing now. It's not even physical, it's a mental thing, because there are so many games, and you have to play really short after the Thursday game against Lille. And then you can stumble upon this kind of games, that it's very hard for you to play like you used to play. And there was also a stat today showing that the pass accuracy of Ajax has been the lowest of the season. So it gives you also the idea that we haven't played the way we're used to play, our strength.
Not only that, Blind's passing was the lowest we have seen ever.
Also.
So maybe the left back position wasn't the best for him at that specific moment. So I'm saying, why don't switch around, try to get that team play better a little bit? Because you saw this coming. And I cannot believe Den Haag was tranquilo on the bench. No way.
Okay, but listen, at the end of the game, towards the end of the game, Ten Hag made the substitution that you wanted in the sense that, okay, he brought Kudus in, and after a while, Kudus was a bit switched to the left side and Blind came to play in the midfield. Do you think that helped?
No, Kudus was also very bad today, but that's another point, Kudus, he gets like 5 minutes in a game and then maybe 1 minute in another game, and then against PSV, you're going to give him 40 minutes? He's not even back from in form yet, and you're going to give him 40 minutes against PSV. I'm like, why didn't he even train with young Ajax, for instance, or play matches with young Ajax before starting at the first of Ajax? He's getting so little time, and then you put him in this big game. Logical that not everything went well for Kudus today.
Okay, but look, when things are not going well, and I think Ten Hag also would agree that he saw a lot of players not performing, he has to change something, and you cannot take this away from Ten Hag. He did that early in the second half already. He started.
But he did took away somebody that we thought was playing decent instead of players that were really bad.
You're referring to Rensch.
Rensch, yeah, specifically Rensch. Rensch was very important for us in the defending areas in the first half. He has speed. You want speed on the back position. That's why I'm saying put Jurgen Timber on the right back and Rensch on the left back. So you have an extra attacker when you move up, and then it relaxes Blind to give those passes. But now everybody, like even the options you had to go counter, the balls went back. And that's just very boring. And Ten Hag should train on counterattacks because it never works out for Ajax in the games to get a counterattack perfectly done.
All right. Let's talk about the first goal, or actually the goal of PSV that we conceded. Yeah, we have to go over it. Just your thoughts on that goal. Is it a mistake by Stekelenburg? Do you think Stekelenburg could have done more? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think it's a mistake from Stekelenburg. Look, that free kick was taken beautifully, just above the... Seriously, not a lot of room between the head and the ball going over the wall. But I think Stekelenburg was a little bit too much to the left, which made it harder to reach. But if you anticipate the ball is going there, you should have it as a keeper. He's almost 2 meters, man.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, Zahavi, the player, he scored also maybe the same goal against Olympiacos just 2-3 days ago, and it wasn't even that goal was really hitting the side of the net basically. But this one was, if you look at the replay, it always looks easy. But I think we're also underestimating the speed. The speed of the ball was pretty there. So I thought Stekelenburg just reacted late on that one.
His positioning wasn't great, so that's why it looked late. But I think if his positioning was okay, he still had enough time to get that ball out.
Yeah.
Because in the second half, he did that. He got another free kick, and he did save it. So maybe he learned quickly. But I think Onana would have saved the first one as well, to be honest.
All right. Look, then we thought it was over. Already over for us, 2-0. But then all of a sudden, the goal gets overturned. Apparently, there was a handsball by the forward player of PSV. Honestly, I thought it was
we got lucky,
but we were lucky there. Honestly,
yeah, it was hands, and the penalty was also hands. It was right to give those calls, but just what Ajax showed today, it was harsh. But I think PSV deserves it just for being a Getafe kind of like team now. Just being annoying. They deserve this. I love it, especially when Dumfries get angry. I'm a happy man.
Yeah. All right. Listen, you cannot say that 1-1 is deserved.
No, definitely not. No.
Okay. So we get a penalty. Let's talk about that. Tadic takes the penalty. You can always count on Tadic in those moments. It was a penalty, no discussion there. Why did Dumfries talking about him? Why did he go on the ground and start thinking, like his face and everything? Because it was a clear handsball. The ball didn't even touch his face.
Getafe style, man. Just trying to put the referee on a different foot.
But he knows we have VAR, right?
Yeah, but sometimes the VAR is also not very decisive, So do everything you can to not get that penalty. But also when Tadic wanted to take that penalty, he went on the penalty area and tried to
destroy the pitch a little bit.
Yeah, destroying the pitch a little bit so he cannot take it properly. So
But then Tadic scores, and the way he reacted. I mean, look, I know you actually will not criticize Tadic for that, but it's not a professional thing to do, right? Look, he celebrated. He went to Dumfries. Yeah.
For me, I never seen Tadic like that. So and it's not the first time a PSVer says something to him or does something to him, because there was another central defender at PSV that was constantly nagging as well on his head every time he fell. He was screaming at him. So I think, just
Teza.
Yeah, Teza. So just the relief of getting that first goal, that's the most important. And I think every annoyance came out in that celebration. But yeah, if you go like this against Dumfries, I think Dumfries deserves it, because he's an annoying player, and he was doing the same to Ajax, falling the whole time, playing a tougher style. So yeah, I love when Ajax does this to PSV. Deserved.
Okay, clear. Look, listen, I was looking a little bit, because last time you triggered me a little bit, and there were a lot of comments on your Ten Hag grade. So I had to look at your Ten Hag grade again. Let's talk about that just to finalize everything. We touched upon Ten Hag, and you're criticizing him, I think, in my opinion, a little bit too much now, giving him a 3 score?
A 3, I think. Yeah, 3 or 4.
Why did you give him such a low grade?
You cannot be impressed with the way Ajax played. So the starting 11 wasn't properly motivated or didn't have the right tactics. The substitution didn't make sense to me, and Ajax didn't play better with the substitutions. Should I just give him a higher grade just because we got the lucky penalty and we got a 1-1? Because actually this was lost. And
so what you're saying
it was a very important game, because if you win this, it's over. There is no more competition for you. This is the biggest competition you have. I don't even count AZ as a competition.
Okay. All right. Clear. Listen, where do we go from here? We have the following game on Wednesday, the cup game, the semifinal game against Heerenveen. We just have to survive at this point, man.
Seriously? That's where you have it? You want to survive? I just want to see great football, and usually when we play great football, we win. But I cannot see another 70% ball possession and passing accuracy ball possession, okay. I mean, passing accuracy 70%, because that's not Ajax. So I expect a much better Ajax from now on. And if people are not fit, start playing other players, because we do have Idrissi you bought, you didn't even play. We do have some other players that you couldn't fit in against Heerenveen. It's not the level of PSV, it's not the level of AZ. Should be capable of doing that.
Guys, be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and most importantly, join the discussion in the comments below.